okay, it was a demolition order. And then they did agree to do something, and they did, and they started, and then it is where it is now, and we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for, to keep kind of, now we're back in the circle, the runaround circle again, so, you know, I think we probably, at this point, they've complied with the demolition order, but I think it's probably not quite, doesn't sound like it's quite safe up to standard. So I think we have to bring it back in and
start the process.
Well, I wouldn't, yeah, basically, kind of, yeah, because now it's no longer take the building down, it's remove the, you know, the unsafe conditions on the property.
So would that mean that the town could just go ahead and get a bid to go ahead and finish it?
I think we could if we give them notice, like, because it's a different, you know, we gave them the first one, which was demolition. So now we're asking them to do not necessarily something, yeah, kind of something else now. You know,
so kind of wanting to start it over?
I think we're going to give them notice.
Okay.
I can do that if you want.
Oh, yeah, if you would, yeah.
And that's why, and bring it back to grass, right? So we remove the sidewalk, fill in the crawl space, plant it back to grass, and then, you know, give them a 30-day window.
Back in grass or gravel, the whole thing.
They're
gonna mow it?
No.
they're a month away from like a seed date, you know, now at this point, so
Yeah.
it'd be good timing.
So, stone, more than likely, but yeah, let's get them back in here and let them know what your expectations are. Because I guess, you know, maybe in their mind, they think little building's gone.
Well, I talked to the contractor involved, and I asked what the plan was, we're gonna finish, and he said, we've done all the work they paid to be done, and that's it, and they had no contact with them either. So, I think they done what they thought was just enough.
And if they don't show up or they don't follow through, then the town could follow up and get a lien.
Wes, you want to handle sending them a letter and let them know that Ridgeville's not satisfied with,
I heard he
where we're at
moved
this point.
to Colorado. I don't know if that's
Now,
true
the,
or not.
just a quick comparison for just kind of keeping on the back burner is if we're looking at the sidewalk, and I agree, it's with you on that. But then again, fast forward to the old top hat. We got that same issue except on a bigger scale with that concrete also. So what we do with one, we'll probably have to do with the other.
I agree. I mean, we want to be fair and reasonable. But again, I mean, it's kind of people of Ridgeville that are kind of fed up with this game that's being played. So let's push forward, do orders that we can, proceed with what we can afford to do, and take it from there. Will do. Grant contingency. Mr. Judy.
Who?
Oh, it's Mr. Green.
I didn't see him
I
come
was
in.
reading this right here. Grant contingency, Kevin Judy. My bad.
No,
I was just reading.
I'm the good.
The other, yeah, the other Kevin. All right, where are we at with that, sir?
So the 22nd of August, Kevin Judy,
Whatever how you want to say it.
and Bill Anderson, and Cabalan, 4TC, they'll all be here. And so that's to finalize everything down there, to have a plan to finalize it anyway. So that's where we're at. So you're welcome to show up. It starts at 10 o'clock.
What's that date?
Next Friday, August 22nd.
So 10 days from today.
Yeah.
What do we have, who do we have?
Friday.
40,000 was approved for reimbursement from myself.
Is that right? They haven't told you how much?
Yeah, but I talked to the engineer today, and I think that's what SRM said, so we'll see. We'll have to see if these guys are satisfied with everything first.
Right.
Okay?
PD vests, Eric.
Got it. All 2 tons of it.
Satisfied, we're happy?
Yep.
Closed. All right, clerk's office back room, parking lot, water issues.
We had a contractor here to look at the library, and he was also talking to me about just demolishing that back room completely off.
I'm good with that.
Haven't gotten anything back from him yet, but I believe any and all that we asked was well below 50,000.
Okay, because you asked me about, or you told me about advertising for a bid or something, so I talked to Wes about that. I sent you a copy of the email so I could remember exactly what you said. You're here, so.
Under 50,000, you don't need to get multiples. If it's between 50,000 and 300,000, you need to get invite 3 quotes. If it's over 300,000, you have to have plans and specifications prepared, and then do sealed bids and public notice and all that. So if you're under 50, you're good to just go with whomever. If you're
Do you
over
see it
50,
being any more than that, Randy?
To tear that off in the back?
No.
Oh, over
adding-
here?
Adding in here and tearing that off.
I don't see it being above 50.
When you're only building one wall, taking one wall out, adding a door and window.
Well, I guess we'll know soon enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'll be
So
over
if it comes
50.
in over 50, then we'll have to follow the process of additional bids. We did invite 3, 1
I
showed.
mean, you could, technically, I'd probably consider them separate.
You know what, yeah, break them out. One
Because
and
it's
the
different
other.
places. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would bid this separate from
Bid
that up
this and
there.
bid
'Cause
that.
that up there won't be nowhere near. I mean,
Right,
that
right, it should not be correct.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do.
If not, I know a backhoe operator.
If total comes in, then we'll just split it and ask the bid to be split.
I would
We
tell
did
them,
invite
I would
3.
call them back and tell them to bid separately.
just bid them separately. Just
Yeah,
put
that's
them
what I would
up
do.
there, because, I
Yeah.
mean, if
Two
it were
different
all being
buildings.
done in one spot, you can't technically break them up. But
I
since you're
agree.
talking about 2 different building and demo in 2 separate locations, I think I bid the one and bid the other.
It needs to be done on separate time frames too, because we gotta get them out of there into here before we can tear that stuff off because. So,
Yep, agreed. Digital sign update, Mr. Doss.
Last time I talked to Mr. Young, they're supposedly will be here this week.
The linemen have it to them. Now they just gotta get here and do it,
Yep.
which probably isn't an hour job, the whole thing.
So if you get a work order in for it?
Yes, I talked to the inspector from AEP last week, and she says she received it from the Randolph County on Monday. I talked to her Thursday, she said she turned it into them. It would be usually 7 to 10 days once it got to the lineman.
2 weeks
They'll finish it, yeah. So she said it ought to be this week,
Good.
and then it's ready to go.
417 Pierce Street Pond update.
It's getting fuller.
Got fish in it.
Those got people
They've been
swimming
swimming.
too.
I talked to area planning and they have sent certifieds, but they haven't got the signed cards back because they sent one to Dave and Gary. But nothing's been.
That's all we can do.
That's
at
all
this
you can
point.
do. I mean, that falls under their jurisdiction. So-
Randy knows somebody that has it.
Well, okay, we followed through. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I made a comment at the edit meeting also, so one of the commissioners is on it, so.
Yeah, I've talked to a few people from the county and they're like, there's just no way that can be, but I don't know. I mean, you don't know. Yeah, so I guess we'll let them do their due diligence and follow through with what they send and do, and we'll have to just follow up with them and make sure things are done properly. But we subscribe to them, so they have the jurisdiction. That's all there is to it. Trash contract update, it's not renewed until next year.
Last meeting, Armanda thought it was this year. I just wanted to let you know it's not till next year.
Oh,
So-
just let us know that
Yeah.
we're good till 2026. Which it states it, until next year. Don't worry about it, Tom. Okay, resolution for park railroad property cross for the fire department. Wes was preparing.
I'm working on it. Stay tuned.
Gotcha.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. There's just too many papers nowadays. Keep all this straight. Sipely? Is that the name of it? Sipely?
We don't.
Lock update.
Yeah.
What's,
You guys gave me permission to buy the lock for the back door at the office, just kind of test it out. I think it works great.
I have no
Updating it.
complaints with it. Once I learn how to use it.
So I don't know, like, if that'd be an option for some of these other locks that you were talking about doing, like it'd be a lot cheaper, but some of the doors we wouldn't be able to use them on. I don't know.
Ones with a panic
Yeah.
bar.
Panic bar.
It would probably have to be a whole total different setup.
Well, I mean, what's all got panic? Well, the sewage plant has panic bars.
Sewage, water,
In library.
here.
Well, if I only had
Fire.
if I only had to be concerned with 3 keys instead of a whole bunch of keys. And again, we're not checking up on you. We're not going to get into your records.
Yeah,
If
it's
your
like you
car's
use
there,
them
they're
every
at
day.
10 o'clock at night, and you're not heard from. I have to have a way to get in and check on you. And the
Now-
council has the right to have the keys to every property on Ridgeville, whether you like it or not. Just so you know that.
Tim told me he has a master key. So does that work for every?
No.
No, it only works on very few locks.
Over the years, locks have been replaced, the master keys.
I only know
He
it
still
works.
calls it a master key, but it really isn't anymore.
I only know it
He's
works.
into what he
Yeah,
wants.
and it says right on there,
Right.
master
I only
key.
know that the master key works here and at the fuel tank in the plant. That's
Okay.
all I know.
So I would like to council.
Wow.
I think we need a motion to have her go ahead and at least figure out which locks can and can't. Work with Randy, let us know which locks we can do. Understand the panic bars can't be, but we can get keys for those so everyone actually has a working key for it.
I'm not saying they can't be, but that lock wouldn't work. The guy that was here, one of the guys,
Well, I'm not concerned with
but he said it'd be
3
very
keys.
expensive because you gotta get them all the same panic bar, and they're not.
Right, and I'm fine with that. It's the keys I have now, I don't know where they work, and some don't work, and some aren't even cut. So, I mean, I would just rather the 3
And
keys
replace
might
those
be.
panic bars.
Let's leave the panic bars
I
alone.
know every place has it.
Just the 3. Library, sewage, and water.
Okay, so where else do you want? Fire department has them.
But if we can get through here and have a key to that,
Okay, so you got this one and that one.
why can't those be keyed to it? Can you just come up with a plan? So I can get in with limited amount of keys if I need to be in. That can be
I didn't know you was doing these. The guy never looked at those.
Those could be coded. Those could be coded.
If I had a key.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but he never looked at them when we were here, that one.
That's not panic. Those 3 are to get to the fire
And these are
department.
2 are panic doors here.
Neither's the one from the kitchen to the fire department.
Right.
It's just the entry doors. So if we only had to carry the minimum amount of keys, those could be coded, that can be coded, that can be coded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
To
didn't
get
know
in
you
the
was chang-
event.
I didn't know you was changing all those doors. I didn't.
Just can you come up with a plan for me, please? Hunter, put Hunter on. Hunter, come up with a plan of what doors we got.
We'll get a plan.
List them. Draw me a picture, draw me the doors, whatever, I don't care. So I can,
Hey, if I can have a master lock.
I just want you to make this easier than what it is now, because the process has failed. I was on for 12 years before I took the 4, and I didn't have key seconds.
How would you like to do it every day?
Well, let's
You like my flex?
Do you want to see
I
mine?
make a motion
No.
that we move forward
This is happening.
with getting all the information we need, and then what doors can't, how we're gonna work it out, and then this motion also carries that we can go ahead and purchase those locks and have them installed without another motion.
I second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Aye. Perfect.
Put Randy's name on it.
NJS Associates Mutual Release.
Okay, we had an executive session probably a month ago and talked about this. This is the company that the clerk treasurer hired initially to assist with straightening out the mess. I've got it down here,
Okay.
so you guys can have it. The situation was pretty dire when Tony took over, and so she needed some help, and through no fault of her own, was connected to this NJS and Associates. He came on a good recommendation, as I recall, from somebody. to help straighten out the books for the town. And I think the bottom line was he made a worse mess than maybe what we started with. And so, hired another company that's, from all I understand from Tony, is working out very well and doing a really good job. This guy sent a final bill of like $1,200 to the town. We refused to pay it. He sued the town in small claims court. I filed a counterclaim against him and we totaled up the amount of extra work that the new company had to perform to, to get the mess he made straightened out, and it was, I forget how much that was now off the top of my head.
It was over
32,
$3,000.
yeah, it was over $3,000 in extra time. However, this guy has agreed to pay the town $500, and we both dismiss our lawsuits against each other. We don't incur any more legal fees, and we don't necessarily want to spend a bunch of money paying me. I'm happy to do it if you want to pay me to go over and do it, but and have a trial and prove that he was a screw up, and hopefully get $3,200 out of this guy. So I think it's probably overall a win for the town. We get a little extra, we get a little money out of him. We don't have to pay him this final bill, so it's really like $1,700 that you're getting in relief. So when we talked about it, we said, yeah, I think that sounds good. And so in the meantime, his attorneys prepared that release, and it's got a bunch of legal language in there that just says we agree not to sue each other anymore over this, and we take our ball and go home, and he writes us a check for $500.
And you're good.
I'm good with it.
I need a motion to accept this. That's, what I call it, Wes, the financial
release.
settlement agreement with NJS.
Yes.
Is the motion
Motion, did I second it?
seconded by Bill? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Then I will take that back and send it off to them for signature and tell them to remit payment.
That seems that you. Girl, what are you gonna do with you? All right, brush cleanup.
That was what you discussed earlier, I missed some of the other stuff. You want me to add that on?
Oh, with it running out of time? That we talking about?
Doing the ordinance, we're talking about it, we're
Well, that's, we don't have an ordinance on storm damage and all of
yes,
that.
that's.
That's
should've
what that
all been-
means?
Yeah. I didn't get it
Oh.
all cleaned up, or on there. I quickly emailed myself
Okay.
when you called me Friday.
I'm a little confused by it, no problem. So, we don't have any ordinance in place that gives us any real authority to, when an accident or something happens, and granted, there are situations where people have lost a lot and we're not trying to impede upon them, but at what point does a town say, okay, it's time to clean it up, you filed with your insurance and you've walked away, the house needs to be demolished, or it needs to be boarded up, or it needs to be fixed, or the tree blew over in your yard, it's laying on the edge of the road in the right of way. At what point are you going to take responsibility for it? And I don't think we have an ordinance whatsoever, do we, Eric, that gives a time limit? Or at least meet with the board within 30 days and let us know what you intend to do.
Yeah, I think a little bit of this is, I think it's a couple different things. I think if it's a house or a structure, I think we could pursue that under the unsafe building. If it's been, a house that's been in a fire or it's been damaged in a storm and it presents a hazard or safety issue, then I think we always have that remedy under state law. Then on the trees and brush and things wouldn't fall into that because the unsafe building deals with buildings, obviously. So if you wanted to come up with something that says, if you have down trees, limbs, vegetation and things.
And I don't know if that's covered under Eric's ordinance for property cleanup, or I mean, at some point it will.
I have
Do we have to wait?
Honestly, you gotta have.
I have like a trash and rubbish
Right.
ordinances.
I think what
basically
we've
what I
done is accumulation of weeds, vegetation, trees, brush, those kinds of things probably need to be addressed separately because it's not really trash
Yeah.
and rubbish, it's,
We have no way to enforce anything at this
it's,
point.
it's vegetation. So, yeah, if you guys wanted to discuss and come up with a time, a reasonable time, is it a week, is it 2 weeks, is it 30 days after an event that, you know?
At least address the council,
The-
come before, send a letter, do something, let us know what the plan's
Yeah.
gonna be, so we have something to tell the people who are asking why it's not being cleaned up and what's moving forward. We gotta clean up the trash, we just have to.
So whatever you think a reasonable amount of time after the
The event,
event, and then, yeah, we can come up with something.
I think,
First thing needs done is, get a hold of IDEM to get permit to be able to burn.
well, if we can't do that, we still can't have trees laying on the edge of the street.
That's
They're gonna-
right.
They're gonna have to figure it out, I mean, it's their property, not ours.
Right.
I mean, most people have property insurance, and if you don't, it's not my business, but I don't know, I mean, my insurance has a cleanup, I mean, well, it's deductible included, of course, for occurrence, but, I mean, if trees fall over my property, there's enough of them, I can call, they come in, they look at them, and they pay me something to, you know.
Right.
But I don't know what everyone's insurance is, but, I mean, we can't have it, we just can't let it keep going. We'll have to get a hold of it, that's how it is. So, I mean, if we make that decision now, I mean, I think 30 days is plenty of time to get with town council or Ridgeville. And at that point, then they get a warning letter of, you know, whatever we're gonna do with a time attached to that, which we can determine, I mean, determine that now or later date, just now. So once we say, okay, 30 days to come in,
Right.
and maybe they send a letter because they can't be here.
I think you can
Fine.
start with a warning after 30 days, and then, you know,
We'll take the problem as it comes after that.
if not, I mean, maybe if nothing happens in 14 days after that, then a citation. And I think then the ability for the town to, you know, like with your mowing, right?
What,
Send
what,
somebody
what,
in,
what are we gonna do with it?
Right,
Well,
that's the question.
well,
Well, you're just not talking trees, you're talking demolition of houses or.
no,
porches or
that falls
whatever.
under a
I think
different.
that falls
That's
under the
a
You're just
other
talking
building.
brush.
Yeah.
I think we're just talking
Storm
brush
damage,
and
things like that. I mean,
tree
we just can't
limbs.
leave it laying in yards crisscross around Ridgeville. I mean, I know we got a way to put it, but, we'll have to figure that out somehow, some way. I
I
mean,
mean, I think you could almost do it like you would with junk or trash or with mowing. You could say, we're gonna contract with somebody, come in, cut it up, haul it away, send you the bill. If you don't pay it, put a lien
So what do we do
on your property.
in the case?
so what do you think, Randy?
Who did that?
Gotta do something. I mean, I know we
Yeah,
need to get
yeah,
hold of
need
the
something
bag.
to clean it up, and I don't think we ought to keep taking it down there hoping for storms.
No, I
You know.
don't know. We're gonna have to do some research, find some bodies, something, and they cost us a little bit of money to get it moved, but maybe later.
You either bring a dumpster in and clean the town guys clean it up, or you hire, like Wes said, contract it out, hire it, and send in the bill. Either way, you send them a bill if we've got to clean it up.
Right.
You know, and
Yeah.
whatever a
But
dumpster rental
the deal
is.
is, the bill's gonna come to us if we contract somebody, so we're gonna have to pay that guy and then put a lien against that.
Then you gotta put a lien on it.
So,
If you
just like
it's
mowing.
Wayne, what's the difference? A dumpster or whatever someone calls
If you
us
do
to
bring
come
in
in?
a roll-off, then you're gonna have to, secure it. Because you'll have mattresses and everything else
Eric,
in
we're
there.
looking for solutions, not
That's
problems.
why we need the gates.
Yeah, we've not proceeded with that either. We've gotta do something, so at least
Can,
any step in the right direction right now is better than no step
We
at
could,
all.
I mean, food for thought, we could maybe possibly contract Sweeterman Farms with all the cleanup that they do to
Yeah.
just take care of our brush.
That's, we're legally not allowed to do that, you can't combine the two.
Huh?
You can't combine the two legally. We can't take our brush and put it into their farm under that rule.
I don't know the answer off the top of my head.
I mean, it's.
Legally, they can't burn either, except
Well-
for fence row maintenance.
Right, so
And
specifically
they
it
do a
states,
lot of it.
I know. It's all it's gonna take is somebody
if
to
you
do
read,
something about it.
if you read their pamphlet, it's isolated into 3 specific
Yeah,
areas.
it is.
I don't think they're gonna look kindly upon us taking this area and combining it with this area and saying, get rid of it for me.
I'm trying,
I know.
I'm trying.
I guess if you contract with them, then that's their problem, right? How they're getting rid
Yeah,
of it.
Yeah.
yeah.
If you, yeah, they haul it
How
away,
they get rid of it's none of our
That's
business.
not your business what you
Not our
contract
business.
with
they
them.
do.
I don't think they'll
What do we do
entertain
with
it.
Garlo's mow? The walnuts for falling out and stuff, did we hire that one?
They paid
No,
for it.
they,
They paid for it.
Oh, you're talking.
They paid for it and sold the timber.
Okay.
It's gone. That's all I cared
So
about.
if we end up cutting something down, it's their
No,
responsibility.
it's already,
to get rid
this
of
is
the
stuff that's laying on the ground.
Right, but I
Yeah.
mean, if we do 30 days and 14 days, and then we ended up.
No, we'll have to take it off the property in order to enforce the ordinance.
Okay.
It has to be removed from the property. We'll have to handle it and do whatever we can with it. We'll just have to find out what we can do with it. But I think, may seem like putting the cart a little bit on the horse, but at least we have to have something in place so we can enforce something for things that are just laying there, you know what I mean, and just walk away from, because they figure nothing's gonna happen anyways. So, I make a motion that we have Mr. Shimenauer draft us an ordinance for a 30-day time limit for any of these situations that the property owner gets with the town of Ridgeville with a plan or idea to do something with the down, whatever situation it is, for hand down trees, whatever it's gonna be from any type of storm damage or occurrence. And then we'll follow the 14-day. They have time to get a hold of us in 14 days to respond and do something with it. And if they do not, then we proceed with another order to likely clean it up, and then they'll be billed for it, and then we'll file a lien if the bill's not satisfied.
Yep.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Okay. Old business, gentlemen. We'll start at the end. Mr. Green. Ready?
The generator's been removed down at the old pole barn. They got it out a week ago Saturday, I
He
guess.
didn't call me.
Huh?
And he didn't call me.
Yeah, it took them a whole 24 minutes. Barnett's come and loaded it out.
I think it's at his house.
So it's gone. So we'll start working on cleaning that up for fall restore mowers and things down there.
Perfect.
Is that where you're gonna put the auxiliary generator, portable?
Yeah, that'll go down there also. Those cables were made up. We gotta test that out, make sure the portable generator will work at all 3 lift stations now.
Yes.
So, got those done. It's kind of new business, but the gas company sent me a bunch of locates, 10 of them today. They're gonna start retiring a bunch of old gas services in town. They're gonna be on Walnut Street starting, it says Friday, but I don't know if they will. So I assume that'll be some digging in the streets at their main or wherever they're at. I don't know where they're at, mains. Do you have an ordinance how those gotta be repaired back? That you know of anybody? I mean,
I don't
I
know.
assume as is or better than, I'm assuming if there is one, but if they ask.
Oh, man.
Okay, I've never seen anything, so
Do we have time to
I'll
put
just-
one in place?
I'll just tell them it's
Not
gotta
on
be.
Friday.
Yeah, I'll just tell them it's gotta be put back like is,
As
or better,
is.
that, you know, either stone in the alleys or whatever, if they ask, so I'm sure I'll have alley gas.
I'm
to
sure,
do.
yeah, and I'm sure
they'll be good with it.
Yeah, that's, they deal with the, it's contract to deal with, so.
I'm trying to think what else is on there? For me, it ain't for me, my whole business.
No. No, down here.
I think that's it.
This is old business, right? War Department exercise shut-offs over the next 3 months, scheduling shut-offs. That's in my old business. Is that right?
I don't know what schedule shuttles for what.
Actually, that's a meter.
Oh, working, exercising then, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when the mowing slows down, we'll be able to get to some of that stuff. And locates, and,
Yeah.
yeah, these locates will take me a little bit of time, but 10 of them, I don't know where all
But
your
you got-
mains,
you
I don't know
just-
where our mains and stuff, so I gotta look at a plan and go
Yeah,
to do
you'll move
stuff.
forward with it as best you can.
Yeah.
There's more for you.
No.
Road cuts, repair with concrete.
We voted on that already.
So,
And that's what you want done, correct, concrete?
Concrete,
Okay.
does council need to,
Yes.
we've already voted on it.
Well,
okay, it needs to come
Reiterate.
down that it's what's been voted on. By more than just one, because I think it's being kind of shrugged off. So it needs to
Again
be
today.
backed up with the council stating that
It'll-
this is what's going to be done. Okay?
Absolutely.
The brush pile sewage plant, yeah,
It's-
we can address it, but we can't extend it, we can't open it. Right?
yeah, I don't know when it expired, but there's just very little now.
The 19th.
The
19th of this month, there's
Yeah.
very little there, so,
But if we open, we don't have time to open it and do
Yeah.
it, do we? I mean,
I asked him about that, Monday, and I said, I think it'd be too short of a notice for people to even try to get stuff down there, then we'd have people griping again that, yeah.
and then it's all gonna get, at the last minute, dumped on your lap, and we'll never get a chance to burn it, and then here we are, if we do have an emergency,
I
we
would
get
let
nowhere
it
to go
go
with it.
back up myself.
No, we've chosen to
not.
not.
And I don't know if it's on there, which I wasn't here at the last meeting, but the gates and stuff, I checked on 2 10-foot gates, so they'll, meet in the middle down there. The 6x6 posts it takes, the concrete and all that, you're gonna have somewhere around $600 to $700 in it. The only thing I don't have is a piece of cable to go to the pole that's there now, to where I, to stop anybody from driving around it. I didn't check on that piece of cable.
So we have what was it, an estimate to?
Yeah, just put 2 posts, 2 6x6 posts in, the 2 swinging gates, and the concrete, and everything was, I think it was $650 roughly.
Oh, do we need a motion to move on that at $650?
Yeah.
I make a motion
That's
that.
what's using your machine to auger a hole.
That's fine.
2 holes.
Can I also motion that you guys just fill it up with diesel when you're done using it?
Do what?
Just fill it up with diesel when you're done using it. I don't care if you use it, but put some fuel.
Oh, jeez. I used it for 40 minutes. I'm about to take it for 5 hours.
I'm not asking for
I'm just kidding.
recompensation on it.
I don't want to drive it uptown when I was right here, but no, I
No,
get it.
just a gas can. It only holds 5 gallons anyway.
I got you.
It goes like 15 hours, depending on what you're doing with it. But yeah, I just asked that.
Yeah.
Throw a little fuel in it. Not that you guys wouldn't. So make a motion that we proceed with the gates and having them done properly, or whatever we want to say it. All in favor? Aye. Finish up some old business here. Yeah, we're working on that. Who contracting is supposed to come this week to repair the hole on West 2nd Street by Cartech?
I talked to Tom today from Cooley's, and he said he would bring it up at their morning meeting tomorrow and let me know.
Okay.
It was supposed to be down a couple weeks ago. I think 3 now. We'll leave 3 Thursday. He's not in charge of scheduling no more, so.
Wes is working on the resolution for the park property. Stay tuned. Yep. Perfect. Eric, your Durango problems.
It's bought and paid for.
The Durango's gone and the car's here. Perfect. Good job, gentlemen. Thank you for being on top of that.
Money's in the bank.
Does anyone need clarification on that little, what I just said with him? Go ahead, Eric, just quickly, briefly.
The Durango's industry-wide, when it comes to police, are having a lot of problems. A lot of problems. The ones that are in 2019, 20-ish, we're having a lot of electrical issues that were very costly. Randolph County had one that over a fuel pump ended up costing them $3,000 just to get that issue taken care of. But the multitude of problems that aren't just related to just that. So the newer ones, problem is they're blowing engines left and right. Randolph County also had one that had 600 miles on a new car that blew the engine. So what's happening is it's going to, before this is all over with, there's going to be some pretty good lawsuits with bigger departments, and whether or not they sue Dodge, Chrysler, or maybe an aftermarket vendor, I don't know how they're going to do that, but there's going to be lawsuits, which will make the Durangos have the resale value of a volleyball. So, not to mention all the problems you'll have with them. So we found not a big fan, but it is a good deal. It was a Dodge Charger, which don't seem to have the same problems. It's 2 years older and less miles. We purchased it from Union City. Nice thing about it was the only thing that was not in the vehicle already. I had lights, sirens, everything. Did need a brake job, which we got that done. It just needs what they call a hot and pop system for the canine. It has a canine kennel already in it. So by the time we sold the Durango and bought the Charger, we have a overage. We sold the Durango for
$5,000.
for $13,500. Bought the car for $8,500. So hopefully we'll get a good long life out of that. Nick has already found a company that's going to donate the hot and pop system. Going to end up having about $1,000 in that, and they're paying to have it installed and everything. So once that's done, you know, we're up and running. So that's the main reason why we kind of traded. I wouldn't say we traded down. The only thing is Nick's a small guy. He prefers the Dodge Charger, so is a win-win there. So no, you know, so it's a good
Long
deal.
and short is we took pretty much a guaranteed problem, got rid of it, bought us a car that's been vetted and driven without issues, and come out $5,000 ahead. So the town of Ridgeville, I believe that is a win. I think that we come out okay on that situation. So
You can go online and buy a used Dodge
No, they done
Durango
us a deal.
Pursuit for 14 with no lights, no nothing. And then you can turn around and buy a used Dodge Charger, the same thing, for 12, to show you how
So
they're
it was a
coming
good
down.
investment. The guys did a good job finding it, working quickly with it, and I've heard a lot of flack about it because we had too many
The ten-
vehicles for a week or two, but it is what it is.
The town of
Money
Marpleville
ahead.
purchased it. So with that, I'm done.
All right, good to know.
Oh, I do have a little business if that's what you're getting at.
Sure.
It's up to you guys how you want to proceed, but it's been 2 or 3 meetings ago I did mention about trying to get my deputy a raise. You guys want to handle all that information in an executive meeting, or is that
Yes.
something you want to do here?
Yes, I
Yep.
would prefer to
Okay.
go to executive session with town employees to discuss those things as opposed to bringing it across the table that we can iron everything out and present to them as a
Okay.
package of what we're going to do.
Okay.
Always best off.
No problem.
Especially if there's
So-
grievances, I would rather air those in executive session. I don't want private pertinent information being out to be
Gotcha.
disseminated how they want to kind of thing, so we always handle that. I've always in the past handled that in executive session. That way people can feel free to talk as they need to, and then we can take the information to the public. Gives the opportunity to the employee to defend themselves and what they've got. And if there's private personal issues involved, it's not the talk of the town.
So on old business also, the Garrison East Foundation did come through for us. They paid in the area of $23,000 for us to get new body cameras. The body cameras are in, they're not operational yet. That's quite a chore to do. In fact, sitting here in the meeting, I got a notification that our meeting for tomorrow to get them up and running has been postponed. So other than that, we do have them, they're paid for, just got to get them up and running. So that was another good deal that we fell into.
I think, we need to recognize him and his efforts and what he does on the side to really help us out with this department, what he does to get things done. So let him know that as a council, but I greatly appreciate the time and effort he puts forth into the job and takes it seriously. So
He had something kind of odd. I'll just share real quick that he had 2 OWIs in the same evening. He was trying to go home and got the second, had to go back on duty to get it. But anyhow, this is an OWI that I've never ever dreamt that I would run into, but I have been having Nick occasionally sit outside of Ridgeville. The point being is that there's a lot of problems that we can stop on the outside of Ridgeville from coming into Ridgeville before the problem there. Well, this night it worked a little better than I thought. He was out by Dusty Slocum's car lot, and there's a farm pull-off. So he's sitting there blacked out. A car's coming at him slowly. The car turns on his turn signal and turns, and we still had the Durango. No, check that. It was a car. The guy almost turned into our police car, turning into a farm entrance into a field. So he went past the police car, drove down into the farmer's field, damaged the front bumper of his vehicle, turned around, came back up, parked behind the police car, whereupon
made it easy.
Where they just turned on the lights, went back, and started the process for an OWI. So, but yeah, I've never dreamt in a million years wanted to deliver itself up just to you like that.
At
But
least he didn't have a car.
yes, it was. Yeah, he was sweating.
Either time, in or out.
Yeah.
Been there, done
But he's sitting there just with. It's a white car,
Yeah.
you know. So
Eric, any other old business?
that's it. I'm done.
We have
I'll
Ms.
quit.
Jasinski on here.
What am I on there for?
Had our meeting with Second Harvest Food Bank. We covered last meeting and the updates things. I think this says
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
I had said that if I was available, I would come and help. I'm not going to be available. I'll be out of town. So let you know in
We've got,
advance.
we've
I'm
got
staying, they always claim to have it covered, but I wish I could have been here just for the launch of it, to be part of it and help out. But Saturday, August 16th at 9, they said, right?
10 to 12
10
is
to
shopping,
12.
yeah.
Right
We
there
have,
at
we have,
Staples.
yeah, we have volunteers and we've got,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Thank you for your
We've
effort.
got to have volunteers, so,
Thank
and
you
as
very
soon
much.
as we kind of see how it's gonna go, we'll probably get a, calendar of, so we make sure we have every month covered with people.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hopefully, our sign will be working and we can post it.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Yeah.
update us on that?
The sign?
Yeah, it was mentioned.
We just talked about it a little bit there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're going through the old.
Yeah, I'm going through all the, making sure we clean the entire, we have one now, so make sure we clean it all up.
Digital sign update.
Yeah, that's right. I was just reading down the list.
I know.
You're checking off your old business?
I am.
But did you, from last 2 minutes?
Right here too, old business.
She's done, she's cleaned up. That was not too bad. Okay, let's move to new business. Whew. Resolution for electronic funds transfer for payment of claims. Do we have the motion to accept? Is that what this is? I need a motion to accept the resolution 2025, resolution for electronic fund transfer for payment of claims. I'll make the motion. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye.
You started signing before I said all.
Okay. Now, this we discussed prior, but we need to clear it up in the meeting. Bank fees for bad check, fees for copies, meter deposits, and reconnect fees. Tony?
Well, I gave you guys copies of what we have, or what I could find that we had. I don't know. Copy fees, not very often do we have people come in and ask, and I don't believe they've been being charged if they were supposed to.
They should have
Um,
been, but they never have been.
I just want to clarify all these fees and make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Well, technically, since it is costing the taxpayer their money, we're supposed to have an ordinance in place to be able to do it. I mean, legally, we can't without, so
Well,
What
and
if-
like bad checks,
what if we table a portion of that and come up with some fees that sound reasonable and appropriate for that? The one I would like to move on today is the check fee that we discussed with credit cards.
credit card disputes.
Right, and the others, we can come up with a reasonable solution to how much we should charge for copies, should we raise meter deposit fees, reconnect fees, things of those nature. And we'll get with Randy, get his input, he's got experience in other towns, things like that, so, I'd like to be in line, but you know what?
I'll give you my input.
Sounds like a good one.
I'll put together an ordinance that Tom mentioned before the meeting, about your situation with people paying by credit card and then disputing the charge, and then, so instead, and our ordinance really only refers to right now, return check. I think if we call it a rejected payment fee or return payment fee, increase it to $50, that way, whether it's a check, whether it's a disputed charge, you can impose a fee. And if you don't think $50 is reasonable,
I think
that's
easy.
probably at least what the bank charges anymore. I don't know what's the
Our bank fee is $11. But
some
then
of
it's
them I've seen as high as
hassle.
$35.
They're usually $35 or $40 for
Return check?
for check fee or overdraft fee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
so I think 50 is reasonable. I mean,
Okay.
if you make a mistake and you come to us and say, hey, we made a mistake, I didn't mean to do that, and they clear up their account, then we can waive that fee. They gotta come before the board. this thing's being handled outside of the council meetings can go on anymore. You gotta get it in here and get it done, and done correctly.
Right.
Not just because of whatever reason. We need to institute the proper procedures.
Something else that I want to add to that too, we have several repeat offenders of bad checks. When can I stop that? Because that gets overwhelming.
Like,
No
you
longer
just
take
decide,
check.
you just decide that, either you're not gonna take checks, period, or you're gonna not, you're gonna dip, after 1 or 2, or I don't know, whatever you set the limit at, we're not gonna take checks from you.
I say after 2, no more bad checks. Do I have to motion?
Yeah, yeah.
We'll have to adopt that
We'll
into
put that in
That's why I didn't
I'll
know
make a
if it needed
motion
to
for
be.
you
Because
to
then this will have to be published as well.
clean up your
Yeah.
ordinance.
Yep.
And run it that way,
Yep.
just to amend the existing ordinance to reflect.
Yep.
So these other fees though, are we including them in that as well?
No, we're gonna separate that from it, and then we'll talk about it, figure it out, and then next time we'll add those fees in. They don't have to be part of that ordinance. That'd be like the clerk, on the clerk side of it, what you're doing as an assistance to the town of Ridgeville, adding these fees in if you need these services provided to you.
Well, it kind of struck me too, because when I had to call Keystone to help me with one of the return checks, and she's like, oh, are you adding it to their bill? And I was like, well, I didn't know we could do that. There's like a whole step and process where we add it to their bill.
Right.
And we
I
don't,
think the one you gave me here is $15 right now, right?
Yeah.
Well,
We haven't been adding it to the bill though, have we?
they just.
Been
$15 was in
Okay.
1990.
So we'll include in this, let's include in that, that's 1993.
Yeah.
Was you out of law school by then?
No.
I graduated at least.
So in the ordinance that we're
Back
gonna
when I was
amend,
still in high
so in the ordinance we're gonna amend, can we add into that ordinance that will include the $50 fee into their bill?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I make a motion that we amend the existing ordinance to reflect the new fee for payments that are
Refused or
refused, rejected, however it be, and with that fee be added to their next bill, which has to be cleaned up in order for them to maintain good standing in the town of Ridgeville. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Bill, you missed out on that.
No, I wasn't gonna try to repeat that.
I understand. We'll just get it done. Okay, and we'll separate the other two out, Tony, we'll talk. We'll get with Randy. Well, we'll get Randy's idea, it's $1,000, that'll be done.
The reconnect fee would be part of your water ordinance, water use ordinance.
Yeah. We probably need to look at that too.
Yeah, reconnect fee and your deposit.
Make sure we're in line with what today's, that might be from 91 or 2 or 3 too. Or even older, 88.
Been there.
Okay, so now we're going to rate increase. This will make everybody happy.
Yeah, when I sat with Janet to go over budget stuff, and we were going over the funds and everything, she said we're gonna have to do a rate increase. So Corby from Crone came and sat with me, took a bunch of reports, and he was supposed to have something back to me before this meeting, but it's not happening yet, so. I don't know, hopefully in the next week or so, I have something, and we have an idea of what's gonna happen. So that's just kind of an update of that.
Questions?
Cost of chemicals are up.
Oh, everything.
Um, Yeah, in order for us to stay in line or guidance with the state, the ability to get grants and things of that nature, if we're not competitively charging with surrounding communities, we won't even accept our applications for them. Ridgeville has done its best, I would think, for the most part in the past, and probably too lax, to be honest, in bringing our rates up slowly to be with everybody else instead of shocking everyone. But we've got to stay in line or we won't get any help with infrastructure and things like that. So we're going to be mandated soon enough as to what we're going to have to charge. So it's not really going to be our choice. It's going to be what they tell us we have to move to in order to stay in compliance with the ability to get the grants and things of that nature to do what we got to do. So stay tuned. It's coming. So we know, I'm not gonna say anything until we know what we got, and then until the state gets back with us and tells us what we're gonna have to do. So that's just where we're at with it. That's, to be honest, is all I've got. So any questions about that?
Is this just on the water part of it?
Do water and sewer,
Yeah,
right?
both.
Yeah.
And your trash will be increased next year, this contract year.
Well, they need to make sure they empty the trash cans. If they're not,
I do not disagree.
I don't know, there was one down on Portland Street, I was surprised to see that they even took it, because it was piled twice as high as the trash can.
well, they empty mine, but they don't empty them. They just like fill them up and set them down, and they're still half full.
Oh.
This has been going on for the last,
Can you,
what, 6 weeks?
is there?
There's a number on
I
Coder.
think you got a new driver.
There is, but I know we've had people call when they forgot to come by and pick up their trash. So we've called Best Way, and they check their cameras to make sure that they went by there. So I don't know if there's, if we called over there and told them, hey, people's barrels aren't being emptied, I don't know. I mean, they sent the driver back, I think, the next day to hit a whole street that he missed.
So if you got time, fill out a complaint form, just so we have something on file.
Okay.
That way we can start a folder on it, and then when Best Way says, well, they're not gonna say, they're not gonna ask us who's complaining, we have 2, 3, 4 complaints. Here we have it on file, kind of thing. All they'll want is the address, then they'll make sure that the guy is making sure that your dumpster's getting empty when he does it. That just helps us be able to enforce it, and it helps them to make sure it's getting empty. So if you would, that would be great, much appreciated.
Yeah, I think you got a new one because they didn't come out until late one day. Normally it's
they've been
around
way
4
later.
o'clock at my house, but it's like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. Capital asset policy.
With our audit right now, I have not been able to find what we initially had, if we had. And then Wes sent me today, this is the one that was done in 2022, but we don't know if it was signed or not.
Yeah, I found that on my computer that I drafted it, but, you know, honestly, meetings were kind of hit and miss back then, and
Well, and I feel like the $1,000 needs to be increased to 5,000, so I changed it.
That's fine.
If you guys were good with that, and then you could sign this one.
yeah, it was 1,000, but, you know, that means that anything over $1,000 has got to be, you got to keep it in inventory. If it's lost or stolen, you've got to.
That's not my percentage.
useful
That's not
life
even-
depreciation.
they don't require that upon business that
No,
way.
so that, you know, I've increased a lot of other cities and towns at least $5,000.
Yeah, I mean,
if
depending on your
that's-
budget size and how much money you're moving, that's ridiculous because they'll hold us to that, and
You
then
know, the
that's.
cost of things anymore, I mean, what can you buy hardly tool-wise for $1,000, you know? Every time you break something, you're gonna be, or,
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion that we accept ordinance number 2025, whatever this comes up with, establishing materials thresholds for reporting of regular variances, losses, shortage, and thefts. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. The amended salary ordinance.
That was for Kristen, what we discussed with that.
That's already been discussed. Do I have to read this? No. This is for the new position, the position of assistant clerk treasurer. The title is deputy clerk treasurer. She was hired in, expectation of 17 an hour. We had to follow our ordinance at 15 until our 90-day probation period had passed. She gets, at the 30 hours, if she's 32 hours she's working, she qualifies for the town's 5% salary twice a year, and paid holidays, vacation time. Ordinance 925 salary, ordinance number applied after. I make the motion we accept. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Eric, yes, call executive session for your deputy. We'll handle that in executive and then take it to council for the regular meeting. We'll discuss it, find out where we're at and what we're gonna do. If we should feel left out, we already discussed this one in the prior executive session.
That's fine.
Did you
Yeah. I motion, Jeff seconded, all three passed. Okay. At the end of the year, we'll be doing salary ordinance anyways, so we can still, we don't have to wait until then, per se. But we can get the groundwork done, everything done, and then adopt them in also, and we'll have to adopt that as well as the new session, so.
Sounds good to me.
All right, new business, Kevin Green, any new business for Town of Ridgeville? No. Thank you. Randy? Connor, old or new? Just here, pretty face here, trash? Just kidding. You get a new motorcycle? Yeah. Awesome. Nice. Eric, new business? Tony? Last, Schimenauer. Anything anyone else would like to add to this meeting?
Just got a question. Are we close on the budget?
No.
Hang
We
on.
just started.
Okay.
going through all
Just,
Uh,
because it takes that to get any grants. I mean, to have their.
We will have our budget for next year.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on that. We're still cleaning up
That's good.
the last.
But you can't do anything without a budget.
Right. No, we're gonna go ahead and approve and accept.
Yeah, she's
for-
working on
Yeah,
it.
we have hired the same people helping us fix everything to push this new one through to make sure everything's right and done completely. And the process, we're training Tony to what they're doing, but she's not taking, she's letting them do it, which we've all agreed upon the council. We don't, she's got enough to handle. We
I'm not
don't need
complaining.
that.
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
as-
yeah. So we will have a budget for 2026. We're still working on cleaning up our 2023,
That's what I figured.
24, which was never filed for 25. We're operating off 24 right now, so we'll be adopting the 26 budget, which has locked us out of everything possible to get help for.
That's right.
Period.
That's what I mean. You're losing
Yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, we've lost.
lots of money.
Any other questions? Yes, sir. Good.
The sidewalk up there in front of our building
Yeah, sure.
is in very bad shape.
Sure.
Want to see if we can get anything as far as the city, the town to help or to replace that sidewalk or.
The hunks broke out of it, and we have rooming cells, people park there,
Right.
and somebody's gonna step out and fall
Right,
in that.
right. I don't, that particular sidewalk, that falls under the ordinance of the property owner, unfortunately.
That's my sidewalk.
Yeah, so in the past, if we done work there, we've tried to work with the property owners to do something with it. We'd love to go for an improvement grant. Can't guarantee that that's happening anytime soon. The problem is, under the existing ordinance, we can't do anything with the sidewalks because that ties us into every single sidewalk in the town of Ridgeville. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Why did they fix all the sidewalks up and down there, and they didn't?
state of Indiana, they done it under, inside of their right of way.
Yeah.
So from the state highway
Yes, but
east, they
back
fixed.
when we did all the improvements and everything in this town, all the sidewalks went around us, but never got into that area. We never did get that
All the
little
more-
stretch in there in front of ours.
They did the mortuaries all
Really?
over there.
All the way down in front of the old restaurant, all the way coming down to, 3rd Street, there on the corner, they done all that. They done some of it across the street on one out there in front of Heidi's. They done, all that got done except for that little.
When was
stretch.
that done?
Oh, gosh, that was back.
70s, 77, 76.
It's done before, it's not been that long ago.
If it was one the same time they done the ones on the main strip of town, it was in 1976 or 77, because I signed the concrete.
Well, no, they done the ones, the state highway come in and done
They come in
anything,
and
yeah,
done-
they done anything in approaches because they're required under Indiana law to make the approaches handicap accessible, they put the little things in there for canes and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, all of my time with the council, we've never had an improvement project capable of doing that, but we most certainly would like to. And if we could, can we incorporate, when we do street projects, if we could ever qualify for one, once we get
If
time?
there's out there, you'll just have to, probably sidewalks and stuff through Oak
We're
or
definitely
community
gonna,
crossings.
get ourselves in a position that we can and try to. Until then,
You don't think that, you can backlit thing on the sidewalk or kind of help out some with it. I mean, I was always told, you know, that there was,
Local road street. If, we've got 44-6, and that, if people come and we've done some sort of application process,
I mean, you could come up with I would encourage you to come up with a program, some guideline, like I know, I know that towns and cities have done sort of like a
matching?
grant,
Like
you
an
know,
online
like
matching
yeah,
program?
like a matching grant, like they have, like, now Portland has their crews, their street guys actually do the labor, but they'll do the labor if the homeowner will, you know, pay for
yeah,
pay for
we're
the
not
time.
big enough to do.
You're not
We don't
necessarily
have that. I don't have that.
but I mean, you could come up with something. I would come up with some criteria and say if you're gonna do a project and the homeowner comes up with half, and the city will come up with, or the town will come up with half, or whatever, you guys.
Yeah, let us come up with something. We'll have to set forth something, some sort of a contract and criteria where you would apply, and then if it meets that, then we'll figure out
I definitely wanna have money.
some sort of a matching, help out kind of things
and that's why
to encourage people.
You know, we're trying to get Walnut Street straightened out.
Sure, no, I would love that. I mean, you guys do a lot of work on the building.
I'd like to get
It's
that,
a main
if
street.
at all possible, get that coordinated in with the rest, and all the other sidewalks is in really good shape, except for that.
There's some streets, there's some stretches
There's
that
some
are.
little places there, but you know.
But I think that if property owners are willing, I think
I mean,
that
I'd be
we
willing to
should,
go-
because I think as a whole, we should encourage people to make it better, to beautify. I mean, and yeah, we've got some funding,
But
it's
see,
not a bunch.
I was always under the assumption that the sidewalks belong to the city, or they belong, all we owned was the building, so.
Well, it was the city's big machinery that come in and broke the sidewalk
Yeah, it
down.
was back
When they
in
come
the-
back and shoveled the snow, our sidewalk wasn't bad. They come up on there and they kept shoveling the snow and broke the edges off.
You know, that,
They're trying to plow it from the road or something.
well, I caught our old water guy, Scott, with a big backhoe up there.
Say, I haven't been on those sidewalks.
What? Yeah, that sidewalk wasn't that bad until he put that.
Yeah, we'll move on this.
But I would like you to look at it, and like I said,
I've seen it, I understand.
I'll help out. I mean,
Yeah,
we'll
no,
put
we'll,
our money out. I mean, if the
Yeah.
city can kind of help out and do.
I would like to see us to put ourselves in a position to maybe do some sort of a matching up to a certain point. Because the funds are limited, but if
Well,
we can
that's
help
not
you
what-
repair part of it or sections of it or
It's
things.
getting in such bad shape, you know, I'm afraid for anybody to walk on it, you know, and somebody's gonna have to fall, somebody's gonna get sued.
Right,
So,
right.
I don't wanna be in that situation.
And part of this process will be getting, you would be required as the property owner to get some bids that you're comfortable with, as well as what the town would have to be able to be comfortable with.
You want me to see if I can get some bids on it?
Well, first we gotta build this program, and we're not gonna wait a year or two. I mean, it's something we can move forward on. I mean, one is we'll have to research with another community, another town, maybe Portland, what they do, and communities that do this, find out what they got, how it's working for them, and then we can bring something back and then propose it, and then, talk about, agree on it, and see if we can't move some of the money we have with that, because that's what it's for, and move forward. So yes, we'll do what we can do to help those that are willing to do it themselves, see if we can't help you out. Yes. So hopefully by next meeting, and that's being pretty aggressive, we'll have some answers for you or something to bring forward to you. I mean, I'll make some calls, everybody will try to make some calls. Wes, if you have any information that you can send me on existing, then we'll move with that.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. Any other? Yes, ma'am.
You talk about all these properties being, the sidewalks being dangerous, and you talked about Gary Thornburg's pond and all this. What about the property on Main Street with the school bus and the blockades and what about that property?
I don't know he's breaking any laws. You know what I mean? Honestly.
The only thing that when I've looked into it, the only thing is if he's not keeping up on a building permit or something. But he's got everything sitting there for construction purposes. Now the school bus, she's got a good point.
We can move on the school bus.
It's terrible. I mean,
I
you
agree.
talk about all these other properties looking bad.
Yeah, we've discussed in a prior meeting of things we can start. The problem is, if we pursue people and we get involved, we have to see it through. So if we send a letter saying you move, you do this, you don't, and they don't, and we rule against them and we win, we're responsible for all the money it costs to fix it. So we try to push it. The problem is we're not really in good situation with money, just to be honest. I mean,
I can't see the difference between a limb laying on somebody's property or a bat laying on somebody's property. To me, that's.
I don't disagree, but I mean, it's the way the ordinances are written, what laws already been applied, what's going on. I mean, we have, I can think off the top of my head, 5 or 6 different properties that should just be condemned and bulldozed down. Okay, we send the letters, what was that we did before, we called it a
demolition order.
A demolition, we force an order on them, they don't comply, we win. We now have to take care of the order. So now we have to tear it down, we have to haul it off, we have to incur all the costs involved, whether we contract it out or we try to get our town to do it, we have to pay for all of it. So we gotta be careful how we push forward and go after what we can afford to do, honestly. I don't disagree with you, but I don't know, like Eric said, I mean, if he's got building permits, I don't think permits have to be or not, I have no clue.
It's through the county, but the items that are out there, for the most part, are, when I spoke with him, it's been a couple of years ago, whatever, 3 years ago, the Jersey barriers, the big ones, are for when he's supposed to line his driveway that goes down to his basement. And then he backfills. That's what the plan is for those. And then he's got the blocks and everything sitting there for the same purpose. And those all are items that were purchased new. They're not like junkyard things that he's just got sitting around. So I don't know that I can consider them as part of my my junk ordinance. Now the school bus, on the other hand, is something I can dig into and see, what we can do with that. It's part of the ordinance then for the inoperable vehicles and stuff like that.
To kind of put a quick cap, if you file for a building permit and the permit's active or still on file, he falls under area planning, not Ridgeville, because we subscribe to their area planning commission's laws, rules, and ordinances. So there's not much we can do. We can ask them to look at it. They can say, well, he's doing the best he can. That kind of falls in their ball court. We can push him, but it's just us sending letters.
But he's not making any progress.
No, he hasn't. He never has. So what it would boil down to be honest with you, what I feel it was going to boil down to is he'll take the old permit in, walk in, pays $75 or $50, whatever it is, and give him a new permit, which gives him another up to 2 years, I believe, on the permit. He's going to put it back in the same spot and continue what he's doing. So under that jurisdiction, we really can't do anything to enforce that. Now, school bus we can. Eric can work on that, but I know I haven't answered your question. But
the thing about the school bus,
there's nothing we can do. How about that? The town can't do anything at this point if he's under a subscribed permit.
The thing about the school bus is if he proves that it's operable and he does plate it with valid registration and everything, then it's just going to sit right there anyway. And it's about, in the end, when it's all said and done, basically we're going to force him into getting a good plate on it, and it's going to continue to sit. That's.
For whatever reason he has.
But if he can't prove that it's operable, then we might be able to do a little more to him there. Unless you got another.
Yeah, if it's operable and he plates it on.
Sorry, it's the best we have for you. Any other business? There's no further business to bring before this board. Next meeting will be September 9th, 6 p.m. All business done. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting. All in favor? Aye. I learned how not to smash the word. That first one was like a shotgun.
Kelly.
It's the other people.
Hey, it might be him. He only got 2 days to serve. Put your chair. I don't like you have controversy.
I'll set me in that cover ground out there. I thought that was pretty good. Didn't work.
You've been working 3 days. You don't
Is this all mine, Tony? None of you? Stuff you bought for me?
Yes.
So I appreciate that. This is what I said over here.
I brought it. I didn't know about it. I got it all.
Used to, they have that. We know what
Yeah.
they would do.
I just didn't, wait a minute, it didn't stop
You
the,
couldn't do it, because that's how it's here. You know, everybody, that 44,000, you saw them, they want snowplow.